So we're feeding about twice as many people as we were 5 years ago. It's been quite a steep incline, firstly caused by COVID initially, but that fell off quite quickly. But the cost of living crisis has made a massive difference. We're seeing far more families than we were. We were still feeding a fair proportion of families, but we're feeding far more families now, and we're seeing a lot more people who are working but also needing to rely on the food bank in order to support themselves and their families, which is really hard.
Food is never the real issue. There are things going on in people's lives why they need food banks that need to be offered to be helped and supported. And that's why the Trussell Trust here at the Norwich Food Bank works in partnership with a number of other charities and agencies to try to really help people out of the need for food to be provided through the food bank.
It's really important to understand that across the county there are loads of different food banks, some part of the Trussell network, some independent, and each of them will have their own needs. It could be volunteers, it could be donations of money or donations of food, it could be signing a campaign. And so we need all of those things at the moment, but it's definitely about checking out your local food bank, whether it's part of the Trussell network or not, to say, what do you need me to do? Is it that I can pray for you? Is it that I can have a collection point in my church for harvest or for Christmas or all throughout the year? Is it that you need a person answering the phone perhaps? Or, as I say, donations, and each food bank will have their own different donation needs as well. So it is about reconnecting to your local food bank, your local charity. We don't want to take away support from many other charities as well. We know there's some great work. Bishop is patron of Norwich Food Bank, but also loads of different charities. But we just want to also say a really big thank you to the church community, not just the Anglican Diocese, but all different churches for the great support that they give us with buildings, with people, with prayer, because we couldn't do it without you.
Faith without deeds is worthless, and actually this is how you measure, if you like, how much you're involved with your faith. It's about how you put it into action rather than just using words. And what this lot are doing is putting their faith on the line by coming here, serving the people of Yarmouth, Dalston in such a way that makes a difference, to show how much they care, to show that when Jesus says love one another, they're actually doing that in the most practical way with the poorest and most needy people in our society, and there's plenty of them.
Be aware that universal credit isn't adequate for some families. Either their health needs are too complex, or even if they are working, and really remember that many families in receipt of benefits are working families, they're in the position that the combination of the benefits and the work doesn't add up enough for you to pay the rent and to eat and to heat your home. We're coming into winter. Please consider writing to your MP ahead of the budget to see if we can't begin to address this, but also get involved with your local food bank. Volunteer if they need that, and please donate. Work with your local church, and churches, if you're listening to this, thank you for all you do to support food banks, because we can end hunger together.
Never do I go to a charity and say you shouldn't exist, but really, in today's society, in this country, the fact that we have food banks is a scourge on us all.